Hello students. This is a really fun project. It's a keyhole project. You're going to be using a 12 by 18 sheet of paper, and you get this stencil right here, okay? And when you get the stencil, you want to put it right in the middle. So you want to leave some space at the bottom, and then that's some space at the top. So once you get this, you're going to take a pencil and lightly trace out your keyhole, okay? So once you're done outlining that, what we're going to do is you can take a marker, a black marker. We don't have a lot of Sharpies, so just use a regular Crayola black marker. So I'll just show you what we have here. So a regular Crayola black marker is going to work fine for this. So once you're done, try to get as smooth as you can and outline the black around the line. Try to make it as smooth as possible. And really, if you wanted to make these nice and straight, you can use this ruler and even make this straighter than the stencil. The stencil gets a little jiggly. So I'm going to outline this. I recommend pausing this video while we're doing this and letting yourself get caught up, okay? So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the keyhole. It's a really neat assignment. So as you get done with this, there's many different ideas that you can do. So what I'm going to do with you today is just put a neat little summer scene in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to zoom in the best I can here. And what I'm going to do is put a little horizon line back here, right here. Okay, so this is a freehand. You can just do it lightly, okay? And we're going to make just kind of a little nice little summer scene, okay? So what I'm going to do is back here, I might put, maybe what I'm going to do is I can put a little lake. So this horizon line from here to here is going to be sky. Okay, from here to here, I'm just going to put a little water. Okay, this is a little lake here, and I'll show you how to color that in. And in the background, you could have a sunset, or you could have the sun really high. You could even use a circle template. There's random ones throughout, and you could make a little sun. So I don't want to make the sun too big, so I'm going to just draw a little light sun right here. Okay. And you can go ahead and pause this as you go. You might not even get through this whole video, and that's fine. Kids, don't feel like you have to rush. All right, so I got my little sun up there, and here's a little trick about perspective. I'm going to highlight these just so you can see it, but please do not highlight these. Leave them in pencil until you're done. So I'm going to outline just so you can see it. There's my sun. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is when you make clouds that are farther away, they are really small. So this is a horizon line. This is the farthest you can see. Right here is maybe 30, 40 miles away. So the clouds are going to look really small, okay? And like I said, I'm going to use a Sharpie so you can see it. So hopefully I can get a Sharpie that works. So here's a little guy back here. All right, always put the flat clouds down there, the flat bottom and the puffy top. So now as I come up, I can make bigger ones, and they're all random, and then I'm going to put little textures in there too. So as you get up higher, the clouds get bigger. Now if I didn't put this in marker, I could have overlapped a portion of the cloud in front of the sun, but that's okay. I can't put it behind it because the sun is, a long ways away. So don't put clouds behind your sun. So notice how I'm getting bigger and a little more texture, and then maybe way up here I got a really big one, you know. All right, and you don't have to do all of these. You can put, and usually if you see one far away, you're going to see a whole bunch of them, you know, because you can see further away, you'll see more clouds. And this really creates an interesting perspective, okay. I might put some little ripples in here for water, just so you can kind of tell that that's water, okay. Want to put a little sailboat in there or something? Go for it. But remember, everything in this is done in pencil, okay. And I've kind of already made my mistake by doing this in Sharpie, because I want to do some overlapping here. So what we're doing is right down at the bottom, this is going to be like a zoom in. This is so close that you can see these big, beautiful flowers. So you could take and make a stem here coming through, or maybe not even put a stem on yet. Maybe just go ahead and make some flowers. So we've already had some flower experience in this class, so I'm going to put some flowers around here that are just standing out right out in front of you. So maybe I'll put another one, you know, a real big one right here maybe. Now that's a little bit too big. I'll go a little bit smaller. All right, so I could do that here, and then maybe another one up here. And what I would have liked to do is overlapped these flowers back here. So maybe there's a smaller one further back. You really want to make it big and simple, you know, not tiny details. Some of us have the tendency to do tiny details. So now I can do a whole bunch of different flower types. I'm going to start out with this kind of flower type right here, and you do the best you can. Remember, Mr. Dykema has a little bit more experience than you do in art, so it may look easy for me to do, or it may be easy for me to do, but you may struggle a little bit, and that's okay. So here I already made a mistake. I made mine too small. Okay, you want that to go right off the page. You know, keep them the same size no matter what's going on. And sometimes those corners mess with your head, like Mr. Dykema. All right, so then here's another one that kind of goes off the page here. So, all right, so notice that this one's overlapping, so maybe I'll move this one, or maybe not. You can keep it back there too. But I want to cover as much background space as possible. All right, so here's another one. I think there's even a smaller. And some of these are broken, but you can still use them. Just keep them together when they're down. So I'll go back here and do another one that's different here, okay? I'll keep that one overlapping. So this one I'm going to put big rounded ones. Keep it simple. Some kids like to put little designs and little details in, and it's just going to make it a lot more difficult, okay? So always draw lightly. I had to draw dark so you could see it. I'm going to have a little bit of overlapping one right here. So maybe in this one, just a simple flower like so. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if you want, there could be kind of like a double circle in it. Okay? Or whatever. And like I said, you can put a little boat back here too if you wanted to. Maybe I could put a little sailboat back here. Something like this. Simple. Keep it simple. See, now this would be cool if I would have had my pencil done, because then I could have erased this, but because I didn't, now you're going to see this a little bit. So there's a really neat boat right there. Could have put a couple of things in there. Notice on the bottom it's wavy. Okay, so I'll outline this just so you can see a little bit better. But as you can tell, I have a little bit of problem because I can't erase my Sharpie in the background. That's called overlapping. It's really important to overlap. Okay. All right. And this is just so you can see it. You can color these in later. And you can color them in with marker color. I like colored pencils, but All right, so we have our flowers in the background. I'm going to add some stems to it, and I'm just going to go with maybe I better not do a Sharpie because then I might find myself in the same situation. So I'm going to put just a big, stem here, and then maybe, like a big flower. And I like it when you kind of go off the page. Oh no, you can't see it, darn it. Sorry, kids. So I'm talking about this one down here. Just make a simple, flower. And then here's another one right here. Maybe this one's so big it kind of goes into this other flower. It kind of comes over a little bit right here. And I like to do this little line right here to kind of show that it is, like a leaf that comes off the side. Or maybe I'll have it in the background, okay? Anyways, and those will be green. Up here, I kind of like to put a little beach area, maybe some sand, and you can do that too if you want. Another thing you could do on the beach is you could put like an umbrella. Okay, now this is going to be cut out, so I'm going to draw on this. So if you put an umbrella down here, here's an easy way of doing it. It's a little big. Basically, I think what I'll do is I'll start out here, and then just kind of do an umbrella like that if you want. A little thing on there, and like a beach umbrella. Okay, you could put like a little blanket down there on the beach. Of course, you'd have to make more beach to do that, but that's a sample that you could do, okay? So, not to get too busy. Like, now I'm starting to get too busy. I just did what I said not to do, but... So I'm going to go ahead and put a stem here and just kind of show that there's a stem here. Not too many leaves. Keep it simple. All right, so now you can outline, and I would recommend outlining with this black marker because all the Sharpies are gone. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now, I don't want you to color these in with marker. I might have said that before, but I want you to use color pencil because we're using a crayola marker to outline. And if it's dull, boys and girls, don't use it. We've been talking about that. Don't use a dull marker. There are a lot of black markers you can always share. Some people might have a lot in their bin. Some people might not have any. So I'm sure that with teamwork we can figure out how to get a marker for everybody to use. So right now I'm outlining. Boys and girls, this is not going to happen in one day. So take your time and have some fun with it. Keep it simple. So mine's starting to get a little dull. One way to do it when it gets dull is slow down a little bit, maybe go over it twice. But if it gets dull a little bit, it's not time to stop and spend 10 minutes trying to find a marker. Just slow it down or go over it twice, because it's faster to do that than to spend time searching for a marker. I made a little bit more beach on this. So now, once you're done, you erase all your pencil marks. You're going to want to use a big eraser for this. So everybody should have something like this at their table. And then just erase everything. This could take you the whole class, kids. We don't know, okay? We're going to go step by step. You want to pause this video often so you can, the whole class can go at the same time and nobody's overwhelmed, okay? But I'm just showing you as much as I can today. So what I'd like to do is put some little texture in here. So I might go some little black spots in here, and you could do this with a color pencil too if you wanted to. I might put a little bit of a texture in here with a flower. Okay, maybe some on the back, maybe not. Maybe some dots on the side, inside of here. So then when you color, you can just go ahead and press down hard on some areas, the flowers especially. But let me show you a little bit of what you could do. Okay, so the sun up here. Obviously, you want to press down as hard as you can to get a good color. Okay, now the black, if you have a gray, that's great, but we don't always have a gray. So you can just do a super, super light black if you wanted to. And just, you know, you can do this without, you don't even have to Sharpie these. You could just take a black color pencil and just kind of make them just light black and just show some texture in there, okay? You don't have to press down hard. You don't have to use a Sharpie. So you see how that works right there? And those clouds look really neat, okay? So as far as the water in the background, what I like to do is put some little reflections in the water. So I might put some yellow in there from the sun, so a little reflection, and make sure they're like wavy, okay? Put some little wavy yellow guys in there, okay? They're smaller as they get back. Okay, bigger here. Not too many. Don't put them all over, okay? And then I might go in and use this light blue or the baby blue type. And then I'm not going to press down super hard, but kind of medium. And then you want to go around those yellow spots, and it looks really neat. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing just for the sake of time, but so there's some little marks there. And then I'm going to go in with some darker blue and then maybe make some little lines in there too, just to kind of make it look like ripply water, you know. Another thing I like to do with this water is leave just white, okay? So like a little white strip, wavy strip here and there. So back here I might even just kind of put them in here first and then just color them around them too. And you should have them in with the yellow too. I forgot to do that, but so there's some little white spots in there too. And if you don't want to do this, just a regular blue, you know, will be fine too. You could just go blue like this, color it in like this. Okay, then you could go in with a darker blue and just make some ripples. You know, that's fine too. Okay. The sky, I would not press down hard on the sky. It'll just take you too long. So you could just do a light blue here. Okay. Take your time. Notice I'm doing circular motion with my color pencils. And you know, the younger kids, when you're in 3rd and 4th grade, they want to rush things. And you got to learn to be patient in art, because good art doesn't happen all the time very fast. In fact, most of the time it happens over a long period of time when you're getting good creative artwork. So now down here I could do, you know, whatever color I'd like to do on my sail. If you decide to do a sail, I'm going to try to cover up that, and it's not going to work, but I'm going to press down really hard so it's nice and bright and stands out. You want things to be bright. This is a bright, fun, summery type project, and have fun with it. So now we're going to get down to the sand. If you're doing sand, you can take some brown and put some little brown dots. I have black, and you could do that, and you could put yellow over this, or if you're lucky enough to have a sand color, there's this color right here. If you're lucky enough to have that, then you can go ahead and do that too. So here I go lightly, and of course it's going to break. I'll go lightly over this with this color. I like to do 2 colors with this. I like to go this light sand, or just go over it with a light yellow and mix in a little light brown with it. Okay. I don't know if I like this idea or not. Maybe not use that at all. Okay, so now I'm going to go over this with some little bit of yellow, and then probably a whole bunch of brown dots. I don't have the brown on me, but anyways. So if I have a nice yellow up there, I'm going to probably want to use some yellow down here too, and I want to really press down hard on this. So I'm going to press down hard and follow through on this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have a little bit of yellow on the beginning of these. This is really fun to do too, and I'm always pressing down hard when I do this. So I'm going to press down hard, put a little bit of yellow in here. Okay. And like I said, kids, you got to take your time, and pause this video often so you can, see what I'm doing and catch up. There's no way you're going to stay up with me the whole time. So on this one, then I'm going to get a yellow-orange. Yellow-orange or a regular orange, it's up to you. This is a regular orange. Do I have a yellow orange here? It doesn't look like I have one. But I'll just use the regular orange for the sake of time. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down hard here and kind of blend in to that that flower. And you could do the same with, so that looks really neat. You can do the same with an orange to a red, As you can see, my color pencil is starting to get down to the wood. It's starting to scrape. That's a big no-no with sharp colored pencils. So I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this and go back to coloring. So now I got those little scrapes in there. Got to get rid of those guys. So this is pressing down pretty hard on your color pencil and making that work. Okay. And I don't think you guys are going to get this far today. If you do, you probably didn't take your time. So I'm going to go ahead and you can just do a regular green over this, or if you want to get fancy, I'll put some lighter green in first. Pretty hard. And then I'll go in a dark green on the sides. Kind of blend it in, make it look a little three-dimensional. I think that dark green is a little bit too dark, so let's just stay away from that and make it nice and bright with this right here. Okay, you can even make this brighter, and I'll show you how. Okay, yellow-green is made with more yellow, and you can even add more yellow yet if you put a little bit yellow first. Okay, then you can go over this. Better sharpen my pencil before it gets down to the wood and it starts scraping the paper. All right, so now I can go over this. See how that works? It's even lighter yet, but you don't want to see those pencil strokes. So I always use a circular motion and blend it all in, and I'm pushing down hard. And in the background here, you don't have to press down hard. So you can just go in the back here and, push it down a little bit lighter, okay? Do things like that. So, and in the foreground, I'm going to continue to work with my colors. So maybe I'll do like a blue center. There's nothing wrong with putting the blue on there, or blue leaves, light blue leaves. There's blue up here. If you take the blue and bring it down here, that's great. Another option for that blue is to make sure you have some white. If you add a little bit of white to these first, just a little bit of white, watch how this turns out. I'm not going to do them all. Okay? So then I can go in and I'll press down really hard. And everybody that's done the castle project knows that that white goes down first. It's going to make this even look brighter yet. And you can do the same with colors too. Let's say that you wanted to do something like that over here. I could take that white and just kind of go around over here. Not super dark, but... And then I could take whatever color I want. So maybe I'll go with, oh, that was a red-orange. Maybe I'll go with a red. I think this might have been a red-orange over here. Oh, I got to make sure it's sharp again. Make sure it's sharp. Okay, and now I can go in here and just color in as hard as I want, and you can see when it hits that white, it gets a little lighter. Okay, pencil broke. Go back and sharpen it again. And mix the colors up and kind of make them look like they should work together. I like to take blues from up here and use them down here. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to press down pretty hard with this white and then kind of fade it on the outside, which means release the pressure. Now I can go in as hard as I can with this. This is where you want to press down hard and get good value. Good value means there's a lot of color on there, that there's no white showing through from the paper in the background. That's what makes this project look fantastic. Okay, and then as you can see, because I put the white in the background, all right, and then circular motion, that it looks really nice. Now, does the blue go with that? Who knows? But it's taking the blue from up here, going down here, taking some of the yellows and coming up here. And it's really going to look beautiful when it's finished. So, you know, take your time on this. This is probably going to be a 2-week project. And just remember, in the big areas in the background, you might want to draw lighter. So it's a little bit lighter, and that will work out for you. So I'll color a little bit in here and have fun with this and take your time. Most likely you will not be coloring today. You just want to take your time getting a good drawing in and then outlining it and then going from there. Here I'm just going to color this dark light right here. See that? This is going to be dark. I don't want to see any, on the flowers I don't want to see any white showing through, okay? So you got to double check and make sure everything's colored in dark and well done. Okay, so good luck, have fun today. Wish I could be with you today. I can't wait to see what you get when you're finished. All right.